What's up, guys? Excuse me, I'm a little under the weather this week. I might have that old C word. I don't know. I haven't got tested. I don't feel like going and paying for a test. But I've been sick with symptoms for about a week now. I've had it before. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Anyway, let's get to this week's Q&A. Why is carnivore only diet considered carnicucks? Most of them look malnourished, in my opinion, and they're too fucking preachy about it. That's the only beef I have, pun intended there, with it. If you want to be, carnivore, fucking go for it, but stop saying that vegetables are bad while looking malnourished. It's not helping your case out. I've been rehabbing a couple of strains. Things are improving, but I'm somewhat worried about pushing too hard now. I'm pretty much pain-free. How do you approach coming back from minor injuries? Yeah, so I try to find, that pain-free range of motion and pain-free things I can do, and then do those. And if I can alter or shorten a range of motion or alter a movement or whatever, that can allow me to still push and get that mental satisfaction that I desire from moving heavy stuff, then I will do that. But otherwise, you're older than me, my man. We gotta be smart about these things as we age, and just know that at this point, those minor injuries are usually a precursor to something worse if we don't mind our P's and Q's, so to speak. I can bench with safeties in my gym, but the problem is that the ROM is too short. If I continue to get strong in this limited range of motion, will I still be strong in full range of motion? So if you get stronger in that limited range of motion, you will also get stronger in a full range of motion than by not doing anything at all. But you would not get as strong as you would get in that full range of motion if you were training that full range of motion. What I would suggest is, most of our training comes sub-maximally anyway. And if you're training for strength, you really shouldn't be in danger of failing reps. I know accidents happen. If you can get spotters, that would be great. Some of us have been known to just leave the clips off the side of the bench, and that way we can bail side to side if needed. I'm not telling you to do that, but those are certainly options. But regardless, yes, if you get stronger in a short range of motion and you just work at that, it's still going to translate to some strength in a bigger range of motion that you wouldn't have otherwise gained. It's just not going to be as good as if you were training that full range of motion. Favorite cue for bracing? Honestly, like, physical cues for bracing are the best. Like being able to touch somebody's like obliques and stuff as they breathe in the air. But as far as trying to convey that, online, and y'all can make whatever memes y'all want out of this, but I like to tell people to think of sucking air through a straw, like, and that really helps put the air down in your belly instead of breathing up into your chest. What's your opinion and or use of the glycemic index? Do you have preferred carbs for training and recovery? Do you eat anything intra-workout like honey? So as far as the glycemic index itself, in terms of like weight loss and things like that, it's a non-factor. For me, I like to have pre-workout. I like to have, both slow and fast carbs, if you will, with a little bit of protein and a little bit of fat. That way, I get the quick carbs in my system, and then the slow carbs, the complex carbs in there as well, along with some fats and a little bit of protein to kind of slow release it, and sustain that energy instead of just, peaking and then crashing. And intra-workout, fast carbs again, sugar for the most part. I do bring honey with me to meets, but if my typical intra-workout is a body armor, one of the 90 calorie ones, I think it's like 15 grams of carbs, sugar, and I put salt, in mine, so it helps with hydration too, and just enough carbs. If I'm bulking or working out particularly hard for an extended period of time, maybe I'll do a bigger Under Armour, and maybe consider having like an actual food in there, Rice Krispie treat or something. But that's few and far between. Typically, my intro workout is, like I said, that 90 calorie Under Armour with salt in it. Post workout, I'm an old meathead bro. I prefer to have a protein shake with carbs, again, sugar or some form of sugar, really. Going back to like taking orange tang and vanilla whey protein and, making an orange creamsicle protein shake. But I like to have that immediately post workout. And then, beyond that, just a regular ass meal, a protein source, a carb source, and some vegetables. And typically my protein source is going to have some fats in it, some kind of meat or eggs or something like that. I took time off. Now my spine hurts. What should I do? Clean your vagina. I'm not a doctor. Even my first rep on 60% bench is pretty slow, and I start grinding at around RPE 5, even with a really tight setup. Is this something that should be fixed? If yes, how? Also, should I lower the prescribed RPE on the programs I follow so I stop before I need to grind? Well, I mean, some people are just, that's how they are. They're more of a slow, grindy lifter. Some people are just more fast twitchy. That's something where you could probably benefit from some speed work. And that can help even mentally. Sometimes doing speed work just makes you feel stronger and faster, and can kind of placebo yourself into moving the weights faster. But if you're grinding on 60% of your 1 rep max on your first rep, you're probably just a slower, grindier lifter, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Just get stronger, and things sort themselves out. When you get stronger, lighter weights move faster. Are you natty? Yes. You really inspired me to work on my pull-ups. I'm 240 and can now do a 3x5, and at some point I want to start adding weight. What is a good way to go about progressing from here? There's a bunch of different ways. Honestly, the most simple way, if you're doing a 3x5, you can obviously work up to a 5x5, a 7x5, a 3x7, a 3x9, a 5x7, 5x9. You can progress the volume. Or you can stick with that 3x5 range, and you can literally just, start adding, put a couple 2.5s in your pocket. You don't even have to have an elaborate setup, Start adding 5 pounds a week. If you have micro plates and you really want to break it down, I don't think that's necessary at this point, but I would, start adding 5 pounds a week to it. You can progress it like any other lift. You don't really need to specialize or anything at this point. I found, and a lot of people will say that you shouldn't add weight until you can do so many body weight reps or something like that. I found for us bigger guys, I'll say anecdotally for myself, and I've noticed it with a couple of my clients too. You kind of max out at a given amount of body weight reps, like, because your body sways because we're heavy. Generally speaking, somewhere in that 12 to oh, that was a great text. Sorry about that. I'm not sorry. What the fuck? But for me, like on a given day, it's 12 to 20 reps. And that has kind of been my maximal range when I could barely do a 45-pound weighted pull-up. And even now, I just did a 125-pound weighted pull-up. And still, if I do a max rep set with my body weight, it's going to be somewhere in that 12 to 20 rep range. So I don't think there needs to be that like hard rule, especially for the bigger guys. For you twinks, y'all can discuss at y'all's next AA twink meeting or whatever the fuck y'all do. I'm tall enough to ride this ride, so I don't know about that. It's all love, guys. It's for fun. Don't fucking take this out of context. But yeah, start adding 5 pounds a week. It's as simple as that, and linearly progress that way till you can't no more. And then your options are going to expand in terms of what you need to do next to keep progressing. But not a lot of questions this week, but some really good ones. I appreciate you guys. I think I put some training footage in here. I think the professional YouTubers call it B-roll. Let me know if y'all like that kind of shit. I really don't like editing much, but I'll throw some extra razzle dazzle in there if you guys enjoy it. Peace.